Oh, what the hell's going on here? Well, we're live, and for some reason my thing's being funny. Browser source. You need to move up just a tad. There we go. Fixed it.
Yay!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome to Tangent Talks.
Welcome.
Once again,
Hi.
we'll be here in a bit. But I do have a tale to tell. So, two things actually. So, at my job, we have one particular shift manager who doesn't give breaks to anyone. Ever. Okay, that's not entirely true. He does give breaks. He gives breaks to himself so he can eat food. Or he'll give everybody but me or a few other people a break. I don't understand why. And for the past 3 nights, I have been the only person out of everybody who hasn't gotten a break. Don't know why, but that's what it's like, how it's been. So we have a new shift manager now because one of our other ones has moved to another store. Her name is Deb. Deb is awesome. Hey, Samasu Creative. Deb is awesome. And we had another transfer from another store that came in and started working a couple days, and she was working the past couple of nights that I didn't get my breaks. So she goes to Deb and tells Deb, like, hey, Ellie hasn't gotten a break in the past 3 days. And Deb immediately stops the conversation, walks over to me at the register and goes, Ellie, you're going on break right now. And then after I get on break, they're like, enjoy your break. You're like, you really don't get breaks? I was like, no, none of us on this shift do half the time. And it's very rare if we do. It either gets too chaotic, quote unquote. Yay, Deb for the win. Yeah. But also, today, I decided that I was in a mood for pizza. So, while I was on break, I ordered from I ordered from Pizza Hut the $10 dinner box, because that's like one of my favorite things. I kind of survived on it in college. And I set it scheduled for 10:30 because I get off at 10, so I get home in time for the pizza. And come to find out, at 9:45, I get a text message on my phone saying, "Hi, my name is Kim from Pizza Hut. I'm outside the door.
Oh boy.
I'm still at work." And funny thing, I find out later that my roommates were actually walking out the door, letting them in to the building to come pick me up. And so I text message him like, you're like 45 minutes early. I set this to be delivered at 10:30. I'm still at work. And Kim replies with, oh, sorry, I'll go back and have them remake it. Cool. So 10:30 rolls around, I'm at home, and I give them a call, and who answers the phone but Kim? And I was like, hi, it's the person who you called earlier. They're like, oh, yes, I know, I'm on the way out the door now. And needless to say, I did get my pizza, but I was going to be very mad if I did not. But I got my break, I got my pizza. I'm good for now.
All is good.
But hello everybody, welcome to Tangent Talks. Ranting, talking about random stuff, and our favorite topic, bullshit. I'm glad you're on the same wavelength there with me, Fluff.
I am the wavelength.
I'm waiting for Brewdog to pop in. Bullshit. Pork chop sandwiches. But yeah, Fluff, that giant scope you sent me.
Oh, yes.
Holy, how much was that?
Okay, so for context, for everyone who does not know, I work at a hunting magazine, and occasionally we get in various bits of stuff to photograph and put in our magazine. One of these things was a $4,000 scope from Swarovski.
$4,000.
Scope, and it's like
It
what,
was,
5 pounds? It's massive.
yeah, it's like a 5 pound scope. It's about the size of a dumbbell, and
Yeah, I
it
saw a
is
picture you sent me of it.
yeah, it's fancy as hell. It's like it's got like a laser guided targeting thing that connects to your friend's spotting scope and calculates range, drop, weather, temperature,
Jeez.
all sorts of crazy bullshit. And I'm sitting here thinking, remember back in my day when a telescopic sight was a piece of glass you put on top of your bang stick? Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Well, it was like me and Fate were actually looking at this one gun that is actually like supposedly for hunting, that has this like aim lock for the scope so you can never miss the target and you can always find it. It like paints the target. And I'm like, what the hell? And I was like, because yeah, this is totally a non-military issue weapon that they're just saying is for casual, like, gun stuff. Because a rifle with a scope that can, not miss and has like aim correction and shit wouldn't be in the military. But that's ridiculous. For that, I would not. That's too much money for a scope.
And it weighs about as much as some rifles, so yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell are you going to justify putting that on top of?
A cannon.
It's like, you have to be taking it out to like the African bush and be hunting like kudu or like fucking Cape Buffalo or something. It is wretched excess at its finest.
But I need to have my spotter correct my, naval cannon. Fire away. Hey, what's up?
Boing.
Wolf is here.
Hi, Wolf.
Mags! I don't know what just fucking happened to my voice there, but... Hi!
Yeah! I'm so happy to see me.
Why are there so many ostriches?
Oh, you should have heard on the way home when I was getting picked up. When we dropped Jess off. And I was just killing Alonda with laughter because we were just making screeching noises the entire way. Because it started with Alonda going, meep, just, making weird noises, and I'm like, Merp, and I'm just like responding with said other noises, and then she starts screeching, and then Jess in the back goes, "Are you guys demon possessed?" And I just go, "Ah!" Like really loud.
Yeah, did you want to angle the camera just so you can get me walking in like that?
No, this is how the camera was.
Oh, okay. Turn it on. Alright. So here was a random ass thought that hit me that I felt needed to be shared with the community.
Okay, never mind.
Oh,
What?
Sorry, Max.
Did I just like hijack? I'm sorry.
You kind of did.
Oh. No, go on, Max. Go.
Whatever. Now I'm really craving pizza, and this is all your fault.
Yeah, I see all this stuff that she's got here, and I'm just like, well, fuck.
I want pizza.
I make no apologies.
Pizza!
But I told a story about this. I actually ordered this while I was on break at work.
Yeah.
To come here at 10:30. They call my phone and text at 9:45 saying they're outside the door. As Alonda and Jess are walking out the door and letting them in the building.
Cool. So
come
they
pick me.
let your delivery in completely unaware that it's related to you at all.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's
And like, and Alana's like, I'm so sorry if it was. I didn't know if I.
that's
knew
some
it."
like '90s sitcom bullshit right
Yeah.
there.
But like they said, oh, well, will we make it?
Yeah.
They said so. They did, and they
Okay.
came back later, and I got my food.
Ugh.
But you,
Welcome
you,
to
what was your
Screw You
story?
Land.
No, all right. Is everybody?
Oh, yeah, back to
Are
Wolf.
we all caught up there? It's like, can I go back to my tangent?
Bullshit.
90s sitcom. So, all right, my random ass thought. What were barn owls called before the invention of barns?
Probably
Birds.
screech owls. Considering the sounds they make.
They're probably called
I
birds.
never thought of that question.
Owls, yes, owls.
Owls are one of those animals that would
Or
be terrifying if we named them after the sounds they made.
Yes.
So,
What do you call the barn owl? We call it the.
Okay, I'm actually looking this up now because I'm curious.
Like what the
They
official.
say barn owl is simply a common name. They are also called the moonface owl in some areas.
Interesting.
That is a great name. Like, really, like
Moonface.
I was about to say commonize, like that's a word. But I'm making it a word. Commonize that shit.
Common eyes.
Commonize.
So, if we didn't discover leopards first, what would the leopard seal and leopard gecko be called?
Great.
We name them after zebras.
And then the
Funny
leopard,
Nicky
leopard
voice.
would be called the seal cat.
the cat. All right, another one. Why is tuna the only one that we refer to by the animal? That is the only one we call tuna fish. We have to clarify it as tuna fish. It's never salmon fish.
Puffer fish.
Okay, no, you got it. And
Swordfish.
whitefish. Yeah,
Swordfish.
okay. But like as far as like food goes,
Oh, you eat puffer fish too.
yeah, but they use like a name for that. There's like a proper like.
True. Yeah, it's
Yeah, okay, catfish.
Fugu.
You got me on that one.
yeah, catfish.
You
Me.
got me on that one. Fair enough.
Yeet.
I have been proven wrong.
It's okay, Wolf. It is man's work to be proven wrong.
You sound like my
Another-
coworker Randall.
Another riddle. If a man is alone in the forest, is he still wrong?
Yes.
It takes a man to be able to admit it.
It depends on what he's saying.
It depends on what the trees whisper.
The trees have concluded you are not orcs.
The warriors that say me fish. I think this is an attempt at a
Abel?
night.
Warriors that say knee
At the
fish?
knights who
We're
say
the
me.
knights
reference?
who say knee fish. We're the knights
We're the
who
knights.
say
What is the fish? A herring. You have to chop down the mightiest tree in the forest
The
with a herring.
mightiest tree in the forest? What? The camera moved as I started saying, what? A herring!
I like how you're trying to do it again.
Extreme close up. What?
Wait. Can I actually do that? I'm pretty sure I can do that. Editor. Hold up.
Yeah, right.
Hold up.
We're doing this.
Properties. Configure video. Camera control.
Zoom. There is a zoom.
Whoa.
Extreme close up. Whoa.
Oh. Ah. Oh. I can't change some of this stuff. Wait.
Abel wants to know how everyone is doing today.
fixing that.
Back to reality.
We are
man.
doing not too. There we go.
You're
Good.
like choosing the long way to say that. We are doing not too unbad.
That's not untrue. Samasu has a crazy story.
Yeah, please.
Move on.
Go on.
What are you doing?
So what else did you get? I see you got like bags over there.
Cheese stick and I've got cinnamon sticks.
Cinnamon.
I feel like our diet is mostly sticky.
Cinnamon.
Bread.
I'm on Passover time. I'm not supposed to be eating the bread.
So my apartments near my BF's house start at the lowest $1,500 a month. Well then.
Ouch.
That
Yeah.
some expensive stuff there.
And the highest 3,000 something. Yeah.
When you consider
is
that though, that
expensive.
range isn't terrible if you could afford it.
Yeah, if you could afford it.
If you're from California
Yeah,
Right.
or fucking New York.
that's ridiculous. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, back in the real world,
in France, you can own an entire castle for less than a New York apartment.
that's not surprising in the least.
And Japan just giving out abandoned homes.
Yeah.
I want a temple. Oh yeah, they have that temple that they're just renting
Yeah.
for people to
I mean,
live
it's
in.
not cheap, but at the same time, it's a whole friggin' temple.
Yeah. Good morning.
It's a temple. You get, like 6 of you together, you pull your money, you start a religion, world movement.
It's the power
what you
of
do.
religion.
That religion is Sekiro.
We are the one-armed big titty ninja clan. Fear us.
God
Oh,
damn it.
that reminds me. Fluff. I was.
It's like,
Speaking of big tits, you, sir. I feel like someone's making a comment about my weight.
That picture I sent you.
Oh no, which one?
I've only sent you one picture on it through Messenger. It said you saw it.
what? I need to see this. Why have you not sent me this,
'Cause it's through Facebook Messenger.
sir? You
Why
need
do I
to
have a
send-
feeling you're sending my fiance pictures of big titty ninjas now?
No, all right. So the caption that I wrote with the picture was I thought of you because it mentions maids. I didn't know how clean you like to keep your timeline, so I sent it through Messenger.
Let me see.
Oh, the lost Argonian maid. God damn it. It's one of those, Dad, why is my sister's named Rose?
Oi.
Because your mom loves roses. Thanks, Dad. No problem, the lusty Argonian maid.
And Max, to answer your question, it's nothing worse than what he sent me during the day. Throughout the day, every day, all day, every day. Boink.
I witnessed some of these things on the periphery, so
Well, that's what happens when I'm trying to. When somebody sends me a message and
yeah. Half the time, Ellie's on Discord on you have to understand our setup here in our living room that Ellie and I are doing right now.
I feel like
We are
I've given
looking
one chance
at
of getting
a.
the secret.
I think this is a 55-inch TV.
55-inch.
Right now, that's our computer monitor that we're working on right now. So when Ellie's on Discord and Fluff sends her one of his special messages, we're seeing big tittied elves.
I am
Fluff. What have you been sending Ellie?
Nothing is
Request.
nothing worse than what I haven't sent both of you.
Touche.
It's a bad night when I'm the innocent one.
I'm a monster.
Bullshit.
I'm not part of your smut parade.
Well, now I'm upset, not because of anything going on here, but because I fell out of a building in this game. I feel sad.
Sounds so great. I'm an angel.
Bullshit.
Shit. I can't feel my face now.
Okay, here's something I gotta rant about.
Yeah.
We are less than 30 days till the wedding for Fluff and I, and I'm still missing 28 responses.
Jeez.
That's
Yeah.
What the hell?
Want to know how many of them are on Fluff's side?
All of them?
Most of them, yeah. Including, like, Jimmy, your dad, and his fiance.
Wow.
I feel like there are certain people, maybe not. I don't know what the relationship is like there, but I feel like there are certain people that, regardless of their response, you kind of know they're showing up.
Yeah, but you still need to have like an official
RSVP.
count, and it's really difficult.
For certain places, especially like if it's at a place. They like to know.
Yes.
How many chairs and tables are we setting up?
Like I just got this mental image of like on a personal level, like I show up to the venue for the reception with and my father's there like helping me check the place out. He's like, how many people do are you still waiting to hear back from? And I just turn and look at my dad because he hasn't responded yet, and he's like, yeah, I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Something you can almost kind of picture my dad doing.
I can.
Yeah, and another important thing about actually like receiving RSVP cards is because it gives you the information of how many people they're bringing, and if there's any dietary considerations you need to make, like allergies or stuff.
Catering and stuff. Thankfully, I'm not allergic to anything.
I have found...
I'm allergic to crippling loneliness.
Yeah.
Well, you're getting a solution for that.
Well, I'm allergic to bullshit.
I'm so glad that caught on.
Yes.
I can't, thank you, Brewdog, when you
wherever you may be,
for starting that.
You are in our thoughts and our bullshit.
Our thoughts and our bullshit.
Yeah.
It's a crappy position.
Yeah. It's compromiser.
What was that? What was that giggle for?
It's they're in a compromising position.
Oi.
Waha. Waha.
I need to readjust here. My body is ache.
Okay.
Oy.
Before it gets to a point that I start getting banned on Twitch.
But I was going to lead into a tangent about dietary restrictions. I have found over the course of my life that rather than explain...
Even a cup.
Worth it. Rather than explain my dietary restrictions, it is usually just easier to tell people I'm allergic to things.
Oh, yeah.
They find that so much more...
Believable?
Yeah, it's just that it's so much more easy to comprehend than I keep kosher.
I love that we live in a world where it is more socially acceptable to have a gluten allergy than to be a Jew.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not even an exaggeration.
No, I know.
I can't even be mad about it.
There's a goddamn secret door behind this fireplace that I access by pulling a red book. This game's dumb. I love it.
What are you playing?
Ion Maiden.
Now I gotta look this up.
Oh, wait. Fluff and Mags, you probably would get a kick out of this. You need to explain our two favorite Jew stories that you tell people, and why Jews were ghetto first, and why Jews invented BDSM before anybody else did.
Oh shit.
I am scared.
Okay, so these are both. I never really
I understood the word kosher. Is it keeping food separate?
No, kosher in a nutshell, basically just means cleaner. Kosher means clean.
Yeah.
In a nutshell. I'm sure, you know, any Jews that pay attention to our stream or watch our stuff on unlockable content later are going to be like, Lou, you know, there's about 6 books of, you know, commentary explaining it properly, and it's like, shut up. This is the layman way to explain it to you, Goyim. It's just...
Next question. What's Goyim?
Yeah. Next Goyim. A Goy is a non-Jew. That's our word for it. It's just...
But yes, stories.
Okay, so both of these are stories that I have told
in college, because I think you specifically told both of them to JR.
Yeah, probably. I think I told them to all of our black Muslim friends. These are stories that I did doing stand-up.
Yeah.
So... Alright, so which ones were they again?
The ghetto one? Do that one first.
So, this is a actual situation I had. I had a black guy getting in my face because he was accusing me of being racist. And I knew this guy. He was trying to, like, rock, like, this, like, hard ghetto attitude, but he came from the suburbs. Like, he's never really had, like, a real racial struggle before in his life. And I grew up in an anti-Semitic neighborhood. So I look at him and it's like,
Oof.
Dude, I am twice as ghetto as you're ever going to be. Like, he was one of those guys that he would use the N-word like generically for any person, whether you're a black or white or whatever, and it's just everyone was, you know, N-word. So he was actually, while he was yelling at me, he was actually using that word at me.
Oy.
So while I was doing it, I was like, all right, you need to settle down, Kike. And he
Oh my God.
freaked out. He was like, what did you call me? I was like, well, Kike, it's the Jewish equivalent of the N-word. He's like, do I look Jewish to you? I was like, do I look like a nigger to you?
God damn. I don't think I remember that one.
No, I never told.
No.
I apologize for using the words, but it's like telling the story here.
We do not condone this.
No, we do not.
Please
Racism
don't
is
kill me.
bad.
And you were worried about me.
Hey,
getting
holy
on
crap.
Twitch.
Yeah.
But
And then the BDSM, yeah.
the BDSM one.
Because, yeah, Jews are the kinkiest people on the planet. If you want to have a good time tonight, you get yourself a Jew. Because Jewish men were the first ones to do something... Word, yes.
Word.
I'm not sure which part you're talking about, but yes. Jewish men were the first ones to do something interesting with their penises. And what did they do? They made them shorter. If that doesn't say confidence, nothing will.
Number one.
Number one. I mean, do you need anything more after that, really? But there is something called tefillin. These are leather straps that Jewish men wrap around their bodies on a daily basis.
Wait,
what?
I never knew, huh? Really?
Yeah, no, they're called it's called tefillin. You look it up. It's leather straps that we wrap around our arms and our heads.
Why?
Huh? Why?
Why? What is the purpose of this?
Oh, you know.
I'm not sure if I know, and I'm not sure if I want to know.
I mean, anytime someone asks
Yes,
why,
they're
my
prayer
response
boxes.
is,
Yeah, the prayer box.
why? For the glory of Satan, of course.
That's
Yeah,
two.
Just to get
And
a reaction out of people.
For the greatest example, you can't talk about Jews through history in any time period without them being in bondage.
Yeah.
What?
Able bow chicka.
I can feel every... Wait, what?
Wait, what?
I can feel all of my high school rabbinical teachers just, like, glaring into my soul right now.
Well, I mean... Jew... Germans...
Your nose has been trying to kill me since the day we met.
I can't help it.
Oh,
Finish him!
damn it. My yarmulke's in my other pants. Oh, I'm going to use that as a segue for something.
Okay.
Last year, I made mention in an earlier stream this week. Ellie and I are going to be at Thy Geekdom Con next month.
Woo!
So be on the lookout for us there. Last year for Thy Geekdom, I was fortunate enough to join two of the guest voice actresses for a panel that they were hosting, where they were basically playing Cards Against Humanity with the audience. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah,
they broke people up into 3 groups of 5, and they gave everybody the black cards, and we were holding the white cards, and so we were, me and the voice actors, we were taking turns reading things off. I forget what the initial card was, like what the original thing was. I love cards. Everybody loves Cards Against Humanity. It is the greatest humanity has to offer.
Unless you're a prude.
Yeah.
Oh.
This game breaks the prudes. It converts them. So I forget what the initial card was, but the point of the story is that we narrowed it down to 2 cards. I'm doing the reading of the cards of the white cards, and the black card is one that has the. So, anyway, we get down to the last 2 cards. The first to last card says "My black ass." So she reads the white card, and I say, "My black ass." She's like, "You're what?" And I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna play this game here. Don't think I won't repeat it and try and make it more ghetto every time I do." So I keep saying, "My black ass, my black ass." Just keep going and going. She makes me repeat it like 4 times. So then I moved to the last card. The last card said Auschwitz.
Oi.
So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, I can't read this. I'm laughing too much. So the other voice actress comes over and she's like, what does the card say? So I hand it over to her. She sees it and starts laughing too. She's like, oh, we can't say this. So we've got just enough of a lull that I'm like, hold on. I know exactly what I have to do. So I went over to her, and she was about my height. We're about the same height. I pull my yarmulke out of my pocket, because I always walk around with a yarmulke on me. I put it on, and I stand next to her, and I put my head on her shoulder like this. So I'm like, and I say this loud enough for everybody to hear. What does the card say? Because everybody in the audience is just watching me do this now without any frame of reference or context for why I just happened to pull a yarmulke out, and I'm now standing next to her. So then she reads the last card, and it says Auschwitz. Everybody's in glorious laughter. Auschwitz wins. But here's what makes this story. As we're getting ready to move on to the next card, I hear somebody from the audience yell out, "Where did you pull a yarmulke from?" So I turned back to the audience and said, "My black ass." Like, you had to phrase it that way to give me the perfect setup.
My black ass. So you're probably wondering why I gathered here today.
Brilliant!
Brilliant! My avocados and my other pets.
You remember those old, I forget what brand it was, but those old beer commercials that were done like the stop motion paper cutout style, the 2 like gentlemen that would just say brilliant.
Oh yeah,
for
yeah.
everything.
Brilliant.
I have this
I do.
invention. It's a little black book for keeping phone numbers in. Brilliant.
I do remember that. Yeah, I do. I can't remember what it was from or where it was. I can't even now. Auschwitz. Well, yeah. Then there's our joke.
Yeah, we've told that before, but it's worth repeating. So, not a couple of months back, Ellie and I went shopping, and I bought Ellie a dress.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's how it starts.
I know.
Yeah.
That's how it always starts, and then the cocaine.
So Ellie looked really good in the dress, and I was complimenting her on it. And that led to you saying that while you're wearing the dress, I was going to end up calling you mein Führer. I think that's what you said.
I forget what I said.
You said the point is that you started off by saying that that for some reason or another I'd be calling you mein Führer.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that don't, for some reason, wouldn't know what that means, mein Führer is what they would call Hitler. Is the man in control. Führer is leader.
Yes.
In German. So I looked at Ellie and I said, more likely I'd be calling you Mein Kampf, which was Hitler's memoir, which translates to my struggle. So after I said that, Ellie looks at me and says, "You're giving me Auschwitz." To which I responded, "Birkenau."
And I responded, "I'm gonna gas it."
I don't think I had a good answer after that one, but then afterward you were changing out of the dress,
Mm-hmm.
and you had your
Breast forms.
Your breast forms on, and I looked at you and asked, "So when you're wearing those, is the space between your boobs known as a Silicon Valley?"
Stab it.
Oh.
That was a bit painful.
Skittles, you're no longer allowed to complain about me
your
on
line,
stream.
Mags?
Because she's a fellow woman.
I am no longer the problem child.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So, the bottom line here is that practically everyone involved with Team Unstreamable is just horrible people.
That's right. We're all horrible here.
We're all mad here.
You know, I used to be a horrible narcissist, but now I'm perfect in every way.
You know, it's funny, because I was thinking that Team Unstreamable, we kind of sound like the beginning of a joke, if you think about it.
BRB is calling me, I'm a sweet little angel.
Bullshit.
I mean, a trans, a Jew, a metalhead, and a goth start a stream, and then...
And for one reason or another, I'm the only one left wearing a dress.
It was a fun time. Wait a minute, wait. Hey, Fluff.
What?
I stole the heart out of a pretty woman. Everybody else on the operating table.
I love those memes.
Or, I'm going to pull out my knife to conserve ammo.
Everyone.
Everyone at the
Paintball
paintball course was rather shocked.
Skipping the dialogue and going right to fighting the final boss. Everyone at the staff meeting.
I killed the boss and took all of his loot. Everyone in the office just...
I guess Grand Theft Auto and started running over people.
God.
I love this.
I threw a grenade into the enemy spawn point. Everyone in the... what the fuck is the place where the babies are?
The maternity ward.
Thank you. I don't know things.
Things don't know. You.
I know nothing.
Good morning.
Okay, shut up.
I used to be hooked on phonics. The internet helped.
God damn it. Oh, here's a story. That story when me and Mag started singing Reading Rainbow on Discord.
Reading Rainbow.
So, here's what I was doing. I was like, I think the comment was you like having to get rid of some stuff for moving.
Yeah.
And you mentioned your plushies. I was like, don't even get me started about plushies. And I actually went into Jess's room while they're at work and like took photos of like all the
I think you told me about that.
all the like dolls and action figures and all this stuff. And then they were trying to figure out how much of that in that was mine. And they guessed most of the Harley Quinn and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah. Like, I don't
We've
feel
kind
like
of thrusted that upon you, though. You've never... I mean, you've acknowledged liking Harley Quinn, but you've never been, like, fan obsessive to the way that we have made you look.
Well, it's because I want money. That's why.
Oh,
But, I'm wearing a Harley Quinn hoodie again. But,
Yeah, who doesn't love Harley?
it, like, started from that, and then we were... they saw the Wishbones.
Oh, my wishbones.
They saw the Wishbones. And Max was just like, "Oh my god, I read it." And we started talking that, and I was like, "Oh my god, I have the entire Reading Rainbow playing through my head." And we were like posting in Discord the different lyrics to Reading Rainbow, and we just went down this rabbit hole.
If you want something...
Oh, speaking of rabbit holes, Peter Rabbit.
So I
Just Peter
I feel like
Rabbit.
whatever I was about to say is completely overshadowed by what this must be. Let's hope
I
it's
feel
Peter
like that
Rabbit.
was it.
That was
Just-
it?
Peter Rabbit.
I expected a response. Are you telling me none of the rest of you own British VHS tapes from the 90s?
I know Peter Rabbit.
Okay.
I know
I
the
don't know what the
book.
response you were expecting.
I thought this was going to be a deeper joke. Like, are we really
Yeah,
just talking about
I
Peter
know.
Rabbit right now?
Yeah, what about Peter Rabbit?
Yeah.
Well, you said you were going down a rabbit hole.
Oh my god.
Oh, by the way, Ellie, I did find that wishbone plushie I was talking about.
Oh,
Water.
you have one too?
Yeah, it's a little one.
Yeah, that's... Hold on, let me grab... See if I can reach it.
Can you get it without dying?
I make no promises. Come here.
Or without collapsing the rest of everything
Yeah,
else?
right. It's very precariously perched.
Wishbone. Wishbone.
Hope some of you remember this show.
Oh yeah, I just remember all
What's
the
the
time.
story? Wishbone
What's this you
dreaming up. Such a big imagination.
Oh my god.
Such a little pup.
What's the shit? Oh, fuck.
What's
What
the story?
shit,
Wishbone.
Fuck shit, fuck shit, fuck shit,
Think
fuck
it's
shit,
from
fuck shit.
the Kinda seems familiar, like a story from a book.
Shake a leg now. Let's wag
another tail.
Sniffing out adventure with Wishbone on the trail. Why am I getting quieter?
What's the story, Wishbone?
My response?
Okay, I'll have to send you a picture of my Wishbone later.
Hey!
Alright.
So the thing that I was going to say a moment ago, though, is that if you've never seen it, you need to look up Reading Rainbow DMX.
Why?
Reading Rainbow what?
DMX.
X gonna give it to you. Fuck waiting for you to get it on your own. You know what? I'm gonna go on a tangent for that. It is a fucking crime that neither the X-Men or Xbox have used X gonna give it to you in any of their advertising.
Fair enough. Resident Evil uses it.
Sleepy.
Sleepy, 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 sleepy.
I was falling asleep at work before I came back here. I know I passed out for at least a good 10 minutes on the couch in the living room. I think I was watching a show on the Science Channel about black holes.
I can smell you.
I can smell you.
Morgan. Racist. Oh my god. What have we become? My Swedish friend.
I don't know, Swissgard, what are we?
I can't even.
Now I want to do every time I hear that line, though, my Swedish friend, I just want a picture of PewDiePie to pop up.
Oh god. No. Don't give me
What
things.
have I
Become.
My Swedish
Swedish
friend. Oh God, no!
Cam out, activate.
That brings me back to a
Back when
time
you
I'd
could-
rather not remember.
Oi.
Back when you could bring up PewDiePie and it wasn't a hate crime.
Oh yeah, well, so I heard, like, I'm gonna go out and let you know this now. Like, when the first like fiasco happened with the whole Fiverr thing, I actually like went online and I did a vlog and I made a statement saying that as a Jew, I'm not holding any ill will on PewDiePie. But I saw recently that there was something that he did where he dressed up as a Klansman. Was that real or was that
No idea.
okay? That's something I can totally believe being fake. Like, I saw there was a picture and it looked real enough, though, decent Photoshop exists.
There's always worse people.
Yeah.
That's the thing. April Fool's doesn't work anymore because you honestly can't tell if something's a joke anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I feel like I was worrying about that actually yesterday during our stream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I made that joke about like sheep after being led to our stream,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm sure that there isn't really a correlation here, but I made that joke, and then I looked at our view count and the number dropped a bit, and I was like, oh come on people, like don't leave for that, like come on, that was clearly a joke.
No, it reminded them they had to lock up their sheep.
Yeah. Oh my god. What is
Where else? We've already ventured through the Holocaust. Where else can we go?
Oh god.
I'm glad you asked.
I got me an
Introducing-
axis of righteousness.
Okay. How about conspiracy theories? That's always a fun topic.
Oh god. Oh, speaking of his, hold up.
Oh, you see, this did lead to something.
I actually shared something on Facebook about this. Hold on. Let me go through this whole thing. So, I was on my break and I found something I thought was interesting. So I started reading. It was one of those it was like a group of pictures and you had to look at the whole post to see them all. Coolest conspiracy about Trump's family.
Oh, I saw the picture, but I didn't read it. What
Okay,
is this?
so I'm in the office of Congress Library website, and I came across this book written in 1893, and the title is Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. The book is about a boy named Baron Trump who found a secret portal and time travel, but that's not the crazy part. Wait for it.
Oh, I did hear about this. Oh.
Donald Trump's son name is Baron, and it gets crazier. And it shows a picture of the character in the book and a picture of Trump, and they look almost the same.
Turn the thing.
Let me see. I don't know if you got the circle light in the way here, but there's that. In the book, Baron Trump had a mentor he looked up. He looked up to, named, guess what? Don. This shit gets even better. All the shit in the book also takes place in Russia.
Oh my god.
And then they show Melania Trump, born in 1970 in Nova Mesto, Slovenia. Children Baron Trump. 4 years later, in 1896, the same guy who wrote that book writes a sequel to the book that he calls The Last President, and this is when shit gets real. The book is about a very wealthy man who lived in New York on 5th Avenue who ran for president but wasn't expected to win. So they show Trump. They show Trump Tower, which is on 725 5th Avenue, New York.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I am not making this shit up, but it gets deeper.
Oh my god.
In the book, when he won, it surprised everybody, and people started rioting and protesting after his inauguration, and he started signing executive orders. But more.
I'm getting like goosebumps actually. Like this is like.
Remember, this book was written over 123 years ago. But anyway, after his inauguration, he started picking people for his cabinet, and guess who was one of those people? Secretary of Agriculture Lafay Pence.
Oh my god.
Yup, Pence. I cannot make this shit up. You can read the books for yourself, but I'm not done yet.
Oh my god.
In 1943, one of the most famous inventors named Nikola Tesla died from a blood clot. Before his death, he claimed he had built a time machine.
Lutz.
Wait, what's going on? Oh, you'll see. Hold on.
If you missed this, again, all these things will be on YouTube on unlockable content later if you need it from the beginning. But we're looking into a Donald Trump conspiracy theory.
Yeah, Donald Trump. In 1943, Nikola Tesla died from blood clot. Before his death, he claimed he built a time machine and used it to travel back in time and in the future. Keep reading. After he died, the United States government took all of his inventions and notes. The names of the office was seized was called the Office of Alien Property. After they looked through it, they passed it to the FBI. Now, if you look it up, yes, the Office of Alien Property is a actual governmental body. After they gave up on trying to figure out his inventions, they hired an outside engineer who could understand Nikola Tesla. And guess who this dude was? John G. Trump, who is the grandfather of Donald Trump. After studying the time machine, the inventions of Nikola Tesla, he told the government he didn't find anything. Could he have lied and keep the invention to himself and out of the hands of the government? Fun fact, Donald Trump's mama name is Mary, and his father's middle name is Christ. This is true, also true. And he was born in the night of a total lunar eclipse. This is yep. Mary Ann McLeod
Total
Trump
eclipse of the heart.
and Frederick Christ Trump.
What?
And Donald Trump was born on June 14th, 1946, which is when a lunar eclipse happened. Is Donald Trump a time traveler? That's the question that's circulating the conspiracy. So yeah, that's the whole conspiracy that
My god.
their family are time travelers just fucking with shit.
Have you ever like heard something or felt something like so chilling that it actually brought like made your eyes kind of like water up a little bit like that?
Yeah.
This is fucking giving me goosebumps. That's not right. No.
No.
That's just freaky, man.
That is freaky. I mean,
That's
it's its own.
Spectacular.
It's spectacular. I mean, Simpsons kind of like.
Yeah. That's like worlds better than my theory that Fiji is just a giant missile silo.
Fiji?
Yeah.
That's a different one. That's a new one. What?
Yeah. No, it's not real. I just I every once in a while I like throwing attention to Fiji because I feel like people forget it exists unless they have a bottle of water.
All right, Fiji exists.
That is horrible.
So I always whenever people talk about conspiracy theories I like saying Fiji's actually just the world's greatest superpower and the island opens up into a giant missile silo.
We hate all of you shits. Nuking!
Drink this.
Dink! Missiles in the shape of a giant water, Dasani bottle. Dasani.
That's got me fucked up now.
Yeah, I found that and I was like, this
Dasani!
this is creepy and I'm not okay.
So much for me sleeping tonight, Jesus.
He's the Antichrist.
I am not
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh,
I can't even think of anything else to rant about or talk
No,
about at this point.
I just I need a moment while
You need a moment.
I need a
Grab
moment.
a Snickers.
Thank you. What's that song? The yeah. All around me are familiar. I need that to be playing in the background while I just have an introspective moment. It's just
Oh my god. I'll press the rain. I heard you playing that this morning, motherfucker.
I don't know. So yeah. Ellie and I have both come to the conclusion that like a song that has truly become a detriment to the airwaves is Toto's Africa. It's just being way overplayed and not the right anthem for all things 80s that it has become. But that being said, I really like the Ninja Sex Party cover of Toto's Africa. So today, during my shower, I was playing Ninja Sex Party's Under the Covers cover album, Volume 2.
ass.
The first song is Africa by Toto. There's actually a lot of good songs. Like, if you've never listened to Ninja Sex Party, like, I mean, it's Dan from Game Grumps, so it's, you know, they're comedy. It's comedy music, but Under the Covers is them doing legitimate covers, and I recommend you look it up because it's really good. Most, like, 90% of the album is really good. Dan, when he sings, has a very soft voice, which really lends itself to certain songs. Not every song on the album works. Excuse me. Not every song on the album works.
Not every song works.
Like, one of the songs that they try to cover is Rocket Man, and Dan's
Rocket
good for a lot of
Man.
things, but he's not good for being Elton. But they do a cover of In Your Eyes. Yeah, In Your Eyes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's one of the best covers I think I've heard in a long time. It was a great cover. Yeah, the cover for Africa is great. It's better than Weezer's cover. That's for damn sure.
Sleepy Time Junction.
Hard to be worse.
I love that. On the boy.
Just made me think of that. What were you saying, Fluff?
Yeah.
I was just saying it'd be hard to be worse.
True.
But yeah, it's definitely better than the Weezer cover. They do a cover of More Than a Feeling. That's by Boston. That's pretty good. What's the other one? They do Limelight. They do a cover of Limelight by Rush, and it's actually really good. Like, I mean, it's not Rush. You can't copy Geddy Lee, but it's not a bad cover. Somebody's doing something.
Somebody was shaving or something.
I think that might be me accidentally shaking my system while drawing.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
it, like, either you're like trying to like do like some breathing exercises there, or like.
Yeah, we got like about an hour, and I think we're good for the night.
Really, we've covered everything we're going to cover tonight.
Yeah, I honestly cannot think of anything else to go over.
Well, anybody out there got anything worth ranting or raving about?
Or general conversation
we'll give you
bullshit.
we'll give you a moment to type it out if you
Yes,
need to.
Excuse me.
That's it.
You know it's bullshit?
Yeah, shit.
My city is like the #1 allergy city in the country.
That is bullshit.
Are you part of the pollen apocalypse?
Yep.
That's
There was a
that's
time
the word they're
earlier this
using
year
for it online.
when
Pollen
my
apocalypse?
silver car, before it decided to break down, was yellow.
I got a free paint job from
Yeah.
nature.
Apparently, like, you're walking through there and it looks like piss vision.
Piss fish.
Actually, and saying that just reminded me. Remember the movie Ink?
Oh God, yes. Was it Ink or Ink Heart?
No, it was Ink. It was
Ink.
just Ink. But the beginning of the movie has this weird, like, yellowish sepia tone to it. And so when Ellie and I were in college, we had another friend named Chris that we hung out with and we watched movies with on the regular.
That was like the movie we were riffing, wasn't it?
We spent a lot of time chilling at Chris's dorm, and we would just watch movies and riff on them all the time. And we had this idea that we would actually try and make a riff track. So we were like, okay, what's a just odd and interesting enough movie that we could try to do this with, like, the test run it. So we found this movie called Ink on Netflix. I don't think it's on Netflix anymore.
No, it's not.
But we watched it, and it was really interesting. It's a bizarre movie.
Yeah.
It's very indie, based made, but the story was very interesting, and it was very thought provoking, and it was very entertaining. So we decided this is the one we're going to try riffing. So the beginning of the movie, it starts off in this weird, like, yellowish sepia tone color, and I just remember the first joke you made was, and now we watch this in piss vision.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Live in piss vision because we couldn't afford Technicolor.
Right. We were trying to, like, record the this, like, riff, and we had, like, we were in the student lounge in the dorm building. And there was, like, one other person in the corner of the room that we knew him. It was I think it was Jamal's brother.
Probably.
He's sitting there working on something and he's listening to it. And we took a break for some reason or another. And we look over at him, and he looks at us and he's smiling. He's like, "So could you hear us?" And he's like, "Yeah, I heard you." I was like, "Any of it funny?" He's like, "Some of it was, yeah."
Only some.
But if you're curious about it, I'm sure it's probably easy enough to find. It's a bizarre movie, but it's very entertaining.
Back then, we were called the Wizards.
The Lounge Wizards.
The Lounge Wizards. Because we played Magic all the time.
OMG.
Oh my god.
Were you around for that? Or were you familiar with that? Did we leave a legend and a legacy?
I was not, because I live in another state.
I have
I
a
have
movie to talk about.
Okay, good. Suspense.
Well, I'm sad, because apparently I
Suspense is
forgot how to
terrible.
do the boss fight I was doing. So that's sad.
Oh,
What'd you say?
I'm just sad because I forgot how to do the boss fight I was doing in Ion Maiden, apparently. Make me sad. Beat it on my second try the first time I did it, and now I just can't get past it.
Time is of the essence.
give me a moment. I can smell you.
Fine, you're not
I
tough.
can smell
That's
you.
better. Wait, give him a moment. Hey! Oh, it would have been better if I had my, it's called Sorry to Bother. I heard about that. I did hear about that movie.
I have not.
It was a comedy. It got really good reviews, but I didn't see it. I think it's in stores now though.
It's really fucking weird. It has horse people in it.
Yeah, it's an odd one.
Horse people
I think that
and like
the
that
proper
philosophy.
nomenclature is centaur.
It's centaurist.
Centaurist
That's horsist.
with
horse shit.
Horse shit.
A load
The
of horse
only
shit.
tolerable shit here is bullshit.
Penis.
Hey. You will not laugh. You will not
Yeah,
cry.
cry.
You,
You
will learn by the numbers. I will teach
According Full Metal Jacket again. All right, well, we can end here.
you. Okay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Austin.
know what you meant. It sounds like- But
Ooh. One little final note to leave off on.
okay.
Yes.
So I remember, I think we might have talked about this on movie night on Monday, but the new Hellboy has started coming out and getting reviews and stuff.
Yes.
It is currently at 9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh no! Really? Is that just what about the critic review? The critical claim.
Let's see.
Oh no.
People are. How is it already getting? It's not even out in America yet. I guess that's the international review, but
Yeah.
because it doesn't premiere until tomorrow night.
It's the critical reviews that have it at 10.
Oh really?
Yeah, the critical reviews are what have it at 10%.
Oh Jesus, that's unfortunate. I mean, I did
Oof.
think it was weird. I remember hearing the movie announced, and then you didn't hear anything about it until like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was only just being advertised, and that usually isn't a good sign. When a movie doesn't give you much pre-advertising, it's usually not a good sign.
Hopefully it's not too bad.
No, I mean,
'Cause I do want to see it.
yeah, and I love the actor. I mean, it's Hopper.
Hopper from
Hopper is
Stranger Things.
Hellboy. It comes out this Friday. Yeah, he looks and sounds like a great Hellboy. I mean, I can kind of see his face through the makeup.
Yeah.
It's which is so weird because when you think about it, Ron Perlman is a bigger actor than this guy. He's more famous. His face is more recognizable. But Ron Perlman was so much like what you would imagine Hellboy being that he was lost to the role. You didn't see Ron Perlman. You saw
Yeah.
Hellboy. And I made a comment about this on Monday. Ron Perlman's a Shakespearean trained actor. He may be famous for playing the tough guy, but he's about legit as you can get.
Yeah.
So he really gets into the role. I'm looking at this Hellboy and I'm just seeing Hopper with red face paint. I'm waiting for him to take 11 trick or treating. But I mean, but there are parts of it that the trailers look good. I'm really hoping that it's like they're not just going too quick in the editing for the trailers, and like the CG is just ends up being terrible. Cause that's the only thing I can imagine being a cause for it to fall apart so badly.
That's the thing we can say for Filmosophy.
Talking about CG and pros and cons of CG. So remember that you can always catch these streams, all of our Team Unstreamable stuff on YouTube on Unlockable Content. That's where we archive all of these. And be in touch Friday. Come back Friday for Ellie and I's game night.
Yep.
Yay!
Which we were planning to try and do Magic the Gathering.
We were actually going to try and play cards and play Magic the Gathering.
A live Magic the Gathering game.
So tell your friends, bring everyone along. And make sure you subscribe to Team Unstreamable and Unlockable Content.
Yoot.
This is going to keep looping the same...
And don't forget, Siki.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is a Star Wars reference.
Goodbye, everyone.
Laters.
Take care.
Commander. I'm not playing a Commander.
No, not Commander.